Well,
Ladies
hello.
and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go again. Howdy, y'all.
Hello. Happy Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. TJ, who? Oh, yeah. Oh, first things first. Yellow Rose was first. Yellow Rose, if you're out in the background, you have to tell me about your new job. I know you started by now. And we got Eat More Possum. And Eat More Possum's going to get a special heartfelt thank you and shout out and everything else.
That's
Because
right.
we
Because
received some goodies. See, the cool kids have to eat more possum coffee
the
cups.
cool kids got the cool cups
Cool kids get the cool cups. So,
and
Brand,
stickers.
yeah, I got this one and this one,
Yeah, I got that one.
and then the one that you got up there. That one, the smaller one on it. So,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So, Brent, thank you so very much. Completely unexpected, but nonetheless, very much appreciated.
Yeah. It's funny because I was messing around with doing some stuff like that, just looking for some different design ideas. Spent a little time on that today, actually.
Is it just me or is Jim's looking a little different today?
Did you change your icon there, Jim?
I think, he changed his name too, I think. Add a little something there. Make it a mouthful. And James Baraka is here, and yeah. So we got a few things to chat about this week. Don't we?
Yes, we have items of discussion.
We have an item. Yeah, we got lots of items of discussion. First one we're starting with: are you on Apple or PC this evening?
PC because I'm in the process of accessorizing.
So there's a good chance they're actually going to stay with us for the rest of the evening.
Yep. Because I'm busy. I'm busy accessorizing this right here.
The boat anchor. Man, it's going to be a party. Man, going to be a party boat anchor when he's done with it.
I had to put a cover on it, and
Well, you have to show the new screen. Come on. We all seen how boogered up that screen was. So now you at least have to show off the new screen.
voila!
And I
Look
mean,
at
you got to
that.
give him credit. He actually installed it right side up on the first try.
That's right. I got a toolkit too. Right here. I got this little micro toolkit and a whole lot of freaking patience, but yep, it is just like new. So, and is the screen as good as the other one? I don't know. Let's see. What's it doing?
What's what doing?
I don't know.
Oh, your computer messing up? Tell me it isn't so.
There we go.
Tell me it isn't so.
No, it's not messing up.
Okay.
No, I want to show you the dynamic screen.
Dynamic screen.
Oh yeah. That's called dynamic right there. See that?
Ah,
Uh-huh. That's the
it's
advantage. Look at
moving
it. Get the sun
like a
coming
video.
through. Uh-huh.
Where's the
PCs
part
don't.
where it hangs up? Wait, let me see where the part where it hangs up. Like your live stream.
So there.
So there, yeah. I'm just giving you shit over your problems on Friday. That's all. And for those that didn't follow, Dad did a live stream on Friday. Look for the second one. Is the first one still out there?
I did like 3 startups. It was really bad. 3 startups.
That just absolutely burns my butt when shit like that happens.
It was really annoying. And you just got to roll with it. You just got to figure out the problem and then fix it and roll with it.
Not like we ever have problems around here.
And that's what I did. And the third time was a charm. That's when I switched computers.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start with what's the announcement on the camera front. I actually ordered the RunCam Thumb Pro W, which is like the V2 of the RunCam Thumb Pro. They had a bit of a sale going there, and I went ahead and snagged one.
It's the RunCam Thumb Pro V2, isn't it, or something like that?
It's called the Thumb Pro W.
So it's a new cam?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna...
Oh, there it is. RunCam Thumb Pro W. And
Right. So it's the RunCam Thumb Pro W.
did you get the card?
And I got the ND filters. I didn't get the card because I got plenty of cards laying
Too
here.
many
and
cards.
there's no need for me to have another card. I have a 128 here that I'm just going to use on this. That's a SanDisk, whatever the gray and red one, the Expert somewhat or another. So, but I got that with the ND filter set. So this one actually, $99.99.
And with that, yeah, so you get a much lighter.
It's extremely lightweight, 16 grams, 4K, 2.7K for 60 frame, but I'm still good with that.
And you can stabilize 4K.
Has built-in gyro, so it can be used with gyro flow. 155 degrees field of vision. So 16 gram ultra lightweight. So we'll have to see what that looks like. Eat More Possum said he sold his to non-W. He had it on his P16. Do you still have your P16, Brent?
Yeah, you got a super light camera with, with a that will do 60 frames, but it'll do it in 2.7K and 30
Yeah.
in full 4K.
No, I am going to have to run a pigtail to power this thing, but
Right. So you're going to need the voltage regulator, and it would be really nice if these guys would allow us to power things up with USB-C, but I guess that's more weight.
I was wondering how much power this thing needs.
5-volt max is what it says. I don't know about need.
Amperage wise, power consumption. Here we go. 500 milliamp at 5 volt. There we go. Right there. That's what I was hunting for.
I've seen video.
What do you mean you sold your P16? You could have shoehorned an 03 into that. Come on. Don't be weak. Actually, no, you couldn't, because that's a nano camera in the P16.
I mean, you can't beat the price on it with gyro data. I mean, you're definitely going to have to mess around a little bit more.
I'm going to play around with that.
Yep.
I'm not expecting National Geographic footage out of this.
I don't think it's too bad. I've seen it in.
For the most part, I mean, I'm getting out of the walk snail system. I get in 1080. So if I can get 2.7 at 60 frames out of this one, so be it. It'd be fun. So
If you want to get fancier, you can go get yourself an Instago, but you're not going to get 4K.
Well,
And
I'm kind of on the Instago 3, and I found out what was the Pro video on the Go 2 or the CATX Peanut is now called Freeform. And again, it does the same thing. It records on the square screen, and you can go in and post and extract whatever you want, vertical, horizontal, or you can just move the whole frame up and down. You can adjust the frame within that field to get, the exact footage that you want. You can freaking build in flips and rotations and everything else in that. So, there's a lot you can do with the footage and post on a Go 3.
If you want to save a little dough, you can go 3 128 for $339.
Yep. Yeah, but at this point, I mean, Action 2 with dual screen is $299.
Right. You can also buy the GoPro 11 now is very, very inexpensive. And a refurb, but obviously it's not a weight saving. If you want an all around camera, the GoPros are very cheap for the 11, and the 11 is front and rear screen. But that's not the mini. That's not the reduced size. And we kind of looked at that last time. And when you get into cameras, you go completely down the freaking rabbit hole.
Yep.
And you can overthink it.
Well,
but
and I mean, now we have this scandalous new development with Insta360 as of recent, where Insta360 apparently asked a couple of creators to leave out the fact that their videos or reviews on Insta360 product was indeed sponsored by Insta360. And that got a couple of creators really fired up. One creator was asked to remove a scene out of his video that they said that the footage looked too compressed or something. But it also happened to be the audio part where he says that the camera was supplied by Insta360. And they very graciously wrote, no, the fact that the audio part that mentions us, it's okay if that's not in there. And apparently there's a couple other creators that were rather strongly worded requests to not put the fact in that the equipment was provided. So, have you seen any of that?
No, that's gossip. But I would be interested in
I'll send you a link to the video I found on that this morning. There's several on that subject.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get their, they're trying to skirt the rules, and
yeah,
and get credibility without really, getting, throwing all the facts out. I mean, there's
Carolina Airshots. Howdy, fella. Haven't seen you in a while.
here's another one. If you want to buy the standalone camera, $269. How do you charge it with the standalone? Spare. Oh, that's a replacement. So forget that. Without the case. I thought that was a better deal. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get.
Yeah, if I wanted a small camera right now, I'd still go with Action 2. Yeah, just because Action 2 can do a few things and the footage is pretty good. Gives me more of the footage that I like. But the Insta3 is a great little camera for throwing on small quads. We'll see what Kai pulls out of the thumb. I haven't been too disappointed with the Thumb Pro video that I've seen. And it just depends on what you're going to do with it.
Well, it's like I said, so the camera unit is 56 grams on the Action 2 versus the 35 for the Go 3. That's the thumb right there. And Johnny Drone Flyer in the house. Howdy, folks.
You can get the Ace Pro too for $299 now?
Ace Pro doesn't separate out, so that wouldn't be
$299.
Yeah, but the Ace Pro is huge. The Go 3, the only reason I would go was to Go 3 is because you can separate that little camera out.
Right.
Yeah, you can't do that on the Ace Pro.
Yeah, we're definitely going down a little bit of a rabbit hole here. But there's a lot of summer's coming and everybody's trying to, get a camera. everybody's, it's a great time to be actually somebody looking for one, because there's a lot of deals. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them. You go back a generation, and action cameras, and you're still in great shape. Everybody's $299 right now, or even cheaper if you go refurb. That way beats the crap that we were buying, 4 years ago. I mean, there's not even in the same world. You can get really good video now. Now, when you were talking
Even
about
have
the
the
Insta
action crew as a
360,
refurb.
were you talking about the X4 video? The X4, is that what you were saying when you're going into the Insta 360 discussion? You're referring to the X4 video and people.
It's by Jevon Dovey.
Javen W. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe I did hear that.
Insta 360 has been hiding sponsorships.
Yeah. I did see that. I did see him in his PR post or his PA, whatever, his public address. He did say that he was dumping them because he was not going to do that. And
I'm seeing Waypoint found this, and Chuck Kovaction found this, and what else do we have? So, anyway, yeah.
I did see that video. I do recall that. But yeah, it's a great time to be a camera guy. I mean,
Well, I'm not a camera guy.
Just fun if you're going to do fun video. I mean, and it's really hard to, what the heck, I keep getting all these notifications coming through right now.
For what?
I have nothing important. It's just vibration feedback. It must be my time or something. I don't know. Captain Drone seems to think the Ace Pro is the greatest camera since sliced bread.
Till the next camera comes out.
Yep. And what's the drone of the year?
Would have to ask Justin.
Getting back to the thumb, I've when I did see that, I actually looked at that. I just didn't get to that point. I was, thinking about getting a thumb to throw on the 25, and then I had so many problems with the 25 that I never got there, and then it broke. So it never, and it makes zero sense to stick that little camera on, any of my other big quads. So I'm just like, it's not, I mean, they can all lift big cameras. So I can throw big cameras on my Domain. I still got that Domain, that 4-inch. Sometimes I forget it's sitting up there. Holy crap. I should sell that thing. It's a great drone, by the way. The 4-inch size flies a lot of fun. Lot of fun. Lot of fun. No question about it. And I got some bad news for you. The 3-inch 5-blade is not going to happen.
Why?
Because I didn't like what it was doing, and I shit canned the idea. I didn't like how hard it is to basically get those props on there, and the possibility of ruining a perfectly good drone was not. I'm going to wait until the proper mounts come out for the proper the screw sizes are wrong. They don't line up. And as much as these fit in there and they do nice, they're not built for that. So it was a nice idea, but I'm gonna wait until I have to pay $20 for them when Master Air Screw comes out with their 5-bladed freaking props. Or somebody that comes out with a prop with the proper screw, with the proper hub alignment to fit the screws. You could use the screws from the Avata 1, but they don't line up at all. And when you put that little tiny
What do
spacer
you
in the
mean they
middle,
don't line up at all?
they don't. You have to drill them out because the shaft is bigger than the
And the
than the
hole in the
spacer.
center?
Yeah, and when you drill, I found the right size. I mean, I found drill bits to do it. It was so bad that I just said no. I pulled this is not worth $1,000 to make this mistake. So I'm gonna wait till the correct props come out. Somebody's gonna do it right. So, but those are the right prop size for sure. They fit perfect. They're completely the right prop size, but the mounting system needs to be correct for the longer screws. The DJI props have a fatter hub in the middle, even though the Avata 1 has a narrower one. So I got going on it and I'm like, this is crazy. I started to jack around with the motor bell and I'm like, nope. Walked away.
I mean, if they don't fit, they don't fit.
Yeah, and I just it's not worth it. It's not worth somebody's going to get it on there. It's just you need a T-mount. And I'm sure that'll come out. It'll be spaced right. And then you have to have the proper screws. Otherwise you're going to strip out I was so worried about stripping out the screw the screw holes. And it just I just backed off, Even as much as I was interested in flying with them, I was like, all right, I'm gonna put these on. So it's okay. I only got 6 packages of these. They're cheap.
Yeah, you'll just have to send them to me since you're not using them.
3 inches? I will.
I don't have anything 3-inch right now.
3-inch, but you got to have a 3-inch. Well, you could put them, you could T-mount them. You just got to have the smaller screws. They're nice little props. I mean, they're pretty. I've got, yeah. So when I send my Avata 1 over there for you to put the Axis Fly frame on, I'll throw those props in.
Let's see what kind of.
Did you get some? I'm going to see if I can. Okay. You looking for some footage?
No, I'm actually looking at some frames and see what kind of 3-inch frame would go with those. Would go with props.
Yeah, they're nice little props. There's no question about it. They're good GemFan props. It's okay, man. It's just props. It's not like I bought Master Air Screw props, which you freaking pay 4 times as much than regular props.
There's the diatom. What that thing called again? The diatom Taycan. I think that was one of Justin's quads of the year.
Oh my gosh, my cat is freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for a 3-inch frame, but there's slim pickings on that. Huh. Gep RC Cinequeen. There's an oldie.
That's pretty good. I wish people, when they would test out their props, they'd find better days to do their filming. You perfectly blue sky is horrible. You can't see anything. But it does have really good detail. I can see this this video clip that I'm looking at your um I'm looking at a red object in here. I can share this really quick. This is actually a pretty good way of looking at some detail. Here, let me give you this. It's not the greatest video. That's the problem, but it does have a good object to look at. And what I'm looking at right now is there you go. There's a red pole right here, and you can see the sheen of it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Also
like
on the
that.
handle.
Yeah, and that's a stop frame, in let's see, this guy, that is 4K 30. But yeah. Right there's another good one too. You can see the bolts are really good. They're well defined. That's a stop frame. And if you can stop a frame and get that kind of going through YouTube filters, that's pretty good. That's really good. I just wish the sky wasn't freaking blue. You need clouds so you can see dynamics. But he's got two cameras. I think he's got the original one on there. There's your by the way, there's your adapter. Link in the description.
I have those.
Yeah, those are your. Then if you want, you just clip that off, right? And then you put on your.
Well, actually, Flywheel makes one that's even more suitable for this than.
Do they have for your connector? Do you still have to modify, right? You have to cut your. But.
Well, let me pull it.
Oh, right, he just had something there. I was just trying to see what he. This is the adventure. I have no idea who this person is. We'll give them credit for their video. Here, I'll even take their here. I'll get their URL on here too. But that's where this videos come from here. Oh, that's how he's getting his footage off there. He's using that adapter. USB-A to USB-C. Live view. Huh, interesting. I don't know all the details about that. I have no idea what that guy was doing. But it's super wide angle. What's the width of that? That's the thumb cam
155 degree field of view.
55. But that's the W.
Yeah.
Here's another one here. This is Kramer, right? Yeah, Kramer's got. Let's see if he usually gets pretty good video. Here, let's get past here. Let's let him get that. That's gyro flow too. So this is gyro flow stabilized.
Yeah, I'm only seeing garbage on this end.
Yeah, it's it's because this light is too bright. And he's flying in a blue sky too. Let's see if he can get inside of a shadow.
It's the whole StreamYard compression. It
right.
just.
I'm trying to.
I've got my 4K TV over there. I'm looking at on that, and it's just. Ugh.
Yeah, don't worry about don't look at it in 4K TV. This isn't doing it justice. What does do it justice, so there are some clouds up there. I can tell. I mean, yeah, you can trust my, my eye here. I just want to let this a lot of it's lighting, so they're just bad lighting. And then of course he has to do a good job rendering too. And a lot of times it's not. The other guy actually had a better job rendering. Here's some night view. This is actually probably the most impressive stuff is the night view. Is that supposed to have a night sensor on it or like a Starvis inside
Not that
there?
I'm aware of.
That's pretty good. Now you're going to get a little blurring because of it's just it's 30 frames. But that's right there. Aries in there. That's night, but that's night footage. He'll get outside that light. So to be able to get footage at night is very, very hard.
East Coast, howdy, fella.
Anyway, I always try to find as much, as many examples as I can. And then I'll listen to see there's his regulator right there.
Yeah.
Is that like you got there?
Here's the one I'm looking at. I've got the other one, the one
Oh, yeah.
with
This one looks like that one. Flywoo Type C.
see this one I have. This is iFlight connector.
This is probably the one that he modified. But you got to have that voltage regulator on there. Otherwise, it'll mess up your batteries.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool. It's got a couple of little adapters.
You got two outputs here, and then different cables. And I'm guessing I can pull that connector off or use that connector on the thumb. That's also for the GoPro cable.
Yep.
I think that's the same.
Yeah. So the 10 bones, the naked 6 and 7, and the SMO. It's got all your bases covered.
Well, it's got the 10 bones. It's got GoPro 9, 10, 11, 10 bones, GoPro 6 and 7, and SMO. And then you have the USB-C.
I've got another sample here. He's got a side-by-side sample. I'll tell you if it's any good. There's a side-by-side sample right there.
Ooh.
You can definitely see the field of view on the wide is much wide. It's much nicer. I like that right there. Look at that. Look at it. Like you can see the building over there, how it just opens up this shot. And you've got some, he said, it says watch on 4K TV. So he must've rendered it in 4K. Obviously we can't do that, but
No. Because everything on the StreamYard's pounded down to 720.
right. But you can still do a good job because you have to move it through all those filters. In the end, you're going to end up, if you can get, if you see a decent, you can see right here how bright that is over here. He's got this, does a much better job at filtering. And then here's your night footage here. You got a lot more definition. You can actually see the sky where here you can't.
You can actually make out clouds.
Yeah, right there. You can see that. And that's really cool. I mean, it's nice to be able to get it in the evening, where you can get out where it does a much better job. The sensor is much better. you know. I'm glad. Yeah, that's really good. The whites are white. And there's right there. There's a side by side with some pretty good definition there. Just a much nicer field of view. It just, it's not as cropped in. And well, that's 2.7K. Let's see here. He does. Where does he switch it? And that's 2.6. That's 60. So this is, if you're going to do a lot of high speed ripping.
I'm thinking I'm going to primarily record in 2.760. What's that camera?
Well, I would, because it's just going to be smoother. Your footage is going to be way smoother.
Yeah.
I can't get it.
Yeah. I don't need National Geographic footage, 8K or whatever.
But that's fun. That's fun footage. It's good. This is not crap footage. For what you're paying for that camera, you got to remember, you're paying $100 for it. And that's the benefit of it. We're trying to save money, and we want to get some flight footage from we want
to get some bang for our buck.
Yeah.
All right, but right now I want to see East Coast. What did you do to what? You need a. What are we doing there? And Michael, Texart Strong guy, howdy feller. And James has a question for Goggle 3s. When using the Air 3 was Goggles 3, is it okay? The RC2 controller is limited in its functionality. I thought when you use the Goggles 3 was the Air 3, you have to use the Love Toy and not the RC controllers.
Yeah, I think that's how he flies most of the time. It says when using the Air 3 with the Goggles 3, it's okay. It is okay. The RC2 controller is limited in its functionality. Yeah, I've been curious about that.
James, elaborate. I'm not quite understanding here. So
yeah.
Take your time. We'll circle back to it.
I've been curious about the Mini 4 with the goggles, but I don't know if I care too much about the results of that. I just don't know if I would fly it with goggles, the Mini 4. I could. There's some other thing. There's a lot of other things I'd rather do. Yeah. What's the other item on the list of? I thought you brought something else up, some issue.
Well, there's plenty of issues. So, and it's going back to Walksnail's lack of quality control on their products. And it's absolutely driving me nuts. And I'm really hesitant on ordering any product from them right now. And okay, East Coast, I can help you with that. USB cable for a Tyrannus QX7 to hook up into a computer? Huh? It should be just your regular old micro USB cable. So
Q7.
Yeah. A lot of folks been reporting issues on the Goggles X, which is the newer goggle, where they popped off the top cover and you have pinched or partially cut antenna cables, or antennas not even hooked up at all, like the Wi-Fi antenna. There is a Wi-Fi antenna in there, even though there's no Wi-Fi functionality at this point. It does have a Wi-Fi antenna built in. And on Sunday, Matt's Tech actually opened up a pair of goggles X that he had that's never been opened up before. And he opened it up, and first thing that stood out was the Wi-Fi antenna wasn't pushed on its connector. It was in the right neighborhood for it, but it was not connected. And then he removes the heat sink. None of the antenna cables appeared to be pinched on the outside anymore, but when you removed the heat sink, two of the antenna wires were actually squished between one of the chips and the heat sink and just completely covered in thermal grease. And that just indicates a total lack of QC on the manufacturing end for stuff like that to go through and get sent out. They're getting so happy with their thermal compound that it's actually decreasing the performance of the parts. And I'm actually going to reopen up my goggles, because I did get the heatsink sent to me on the recall, or whatever you want to call it, where they sent everybody the upgraded heatsink for free. And I'm gonna open mine back up. I actually bought a good tube of thermal grease, not the stuff they sent with it was so dry and hard already that I don't think it's doing much good. So I'm gonna take it apart, completely clean off the thermal grease, and then just apply the right amounts to each of the chips that needs it, and then leave it alone after that. Hopefully that'll cure whatever problems there are.
Well, I can cure your problem right now. B&H Photo has some goggles Integra right now for $349. All right, I had to throw that one at you. That one.
Well, if you want to buy me some Integras, I'll take them, but I'm not buying them.
No, I know
if I were to buy another goggle right now, it would be the goggle.
I'm simple fix kind of guy. You're freaking you're figure out the problem guy.
Well, if I'm going to go back to a DJI goggle, it'd be the goggle 2.
Yeah,
I still own the V2 goggles too.
I couldn't find them cheap enough. I was looking for deals.
There are plenty of deals to be had on the goggles too.
$449 right there. $446.
Yeah.
But no, I know you're trying to solve the problem, and that's running away from it.
I'm actually holding my feet still on any goggles at this point, because I want to see how the DJI thing plays out with the goggles 3. What are the goggles 3 going to be able to do?
We have no idea. We don't know. There's a lot
of wishful thinking that the goggles 3 will take care of everything. I doubt that the goggles 3 will be compatible with the Vistas and the air units. For the long term, for the majority of FPV, what I see is if you go through the expense of buying the O3s, I'm fairly certain they will be compatible with the goggles 3. But the Vistas and the original air units, I think goggles 2 is as good as it's going to get, or Integras is as good as it's going to get. HD0, I'm not into the rainbow sparklies. HD0's got its use, got its purpose. It's for racing. I don't race. I'm not even skilled enough to race at this point. So I'm just gonna,
It's not your thing.
I'm the cruiser explorer kind of guy.
We're
Okay?
looking for a company to freaking own up to its product and get things working.
I think Brent's got it figured out. Goggles too. Love, hate. Hard to get a good view on those torture devices.
Yeah, that's the problem with that's the whole problem with the two and the Integras fix that, but then they create their own problem because the battery lasts 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So you got.
John, I think that the Vistas will always have a place as long as
Yeah.
they're being produced because of cost.
Right.
Because you
And
can
they
buy
work
a
really.
Vista unit for 100 and with a camera for about 130, 135. And you can use them with the goggles too and get some decent results out of it. So I don't.
Yeah, it's old technology. I mean, think of how old
It
those
is
are.
old. It is old technology, but it's working technology.
Right. Yeah. You can get some goggles V2 and have yourself a working setup with a VTX, and you can just.
You have rectangular screens and the goggles too. They're just so close to your eye that you can't make it out because they saving on space.
Yeah, they really shove those things right in your. They're trying to open up. The closer you get, obviously, the wider the field of view. If you've got the right size, so you're looking at that balance. And with the box goggle, you just get it. It's in your face. It's right there. It's big, and you got all that airspace. I never had any
Well,
problems with the
John,
box goggle.
I'm confident that DJI sells enough of the Vista units to keep that thing going. I mean, all the research for they don't even have to do any more software or firmware upgrades on it right now. They got a firmware upgrade that makes it compatible with the goggles too. And that's got most everybody happy. I mean, the improvements on firmware is going to be minor at this point. And if they can just crank them, make them and crank them out, I'm fairly certain DJI is just going to do that. I mean, they're not even taking a risk on the Vistas because Runcam is selling them as links now. So
DJI's proven the fact that you can't just freaking take a bunch of electronics and shove it inside of a box and then it works good. That's why it takes them a while to finally get the stuff out.
yeah, you had to put that one up on the screen for me, didn't you?
Well, it's kind of, they've got this system that, just, okay, we're going to make it small, but then, they made it.
This was their idea of future proofing the goggles by putting a board in where it was accessible to where you can swap out the VRX board, put in a different VRX board to be compatible with whatever new units they're coming out with. And this
Right.
is actually supposed to happen in August, which is another reason why I'm holding my feet still.
We don't know
Okay.
what
I'm not going to ditch the goggles right now. I have DJI goggles V2 still. So, I mean, it's not like they don't work. Okay. They do work.
Right.
It's just, there's a lot of people that have issues with them, and most of those issues can be traced back to QC problems at the factory. That's why I'm getting that.
People like the fit. People like a lot of the important things that DJI has been trying to correct. So
Do we need a DJI box goggle?
I don't know if they'll ever go back to that. I think they're sold on cool. They did a great job with that, with the new mounting system. So with the new goggle system.
Yeah, the way it hangs in front of your face
Yeah,
rather than being
I
pushed on
can't.
your
I can
face.
see the screen now. My biggest problem is I'm blind. I've got thick glasses. That's my problem. But if you have great vision and you put those things on, you're just, little bit of adjustment. I like the the diopter settings.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool that way. And yes, you can actually see through the little cameras. That works pretty slick. They're actually, so there's some, we got wireless now. I haven't messed around really much with the wireless to the phone. It's kind of an extra step of doing stuff. I had somebody comment on that. Like, why don't you just wirelessly connect your phone up? I'm like, I don't have unlimited amounts of time to do stuff. It's easier to just connect a wire. Just done. But yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. That's just one of those things that, we're to be continued. That's why we're in this hobby. We're in this hobby not because it has all the answers all the time. It's because we're trying to, it's a puzzle.
So Kelly just chimed in on the camera discussion. And he says, now the options of Action 2, Go 3, or the 10 bones. He would go was the Go 3. If you can lift was 2.7K, it's amazing. So
The simplicity of just that little Go 3, just boop, pop it on.
yeah.
And it's got a battery in it. You've got, and now you got 128K, and
Yep.
which is, with 2.7K video, 128K a card, that's a lot of video.
You're gonna run out of battery way before.
Right, your batteries can be dead before you can be charging that thing up. That's like 2 days worth of just fun shots.
I completely agree with you, John.
Yeah, he's got.
HC0 is a much better company because they do listen to much more.
Yeah, and they function for a different type of pilot, and those pilots are happy.
And of course, he's got to get in his little dig on here now. I'm talking about Kelly. Oh no, Chris got his little dig in here. Or just go with DJI with an 03. Chris, you bastard.
Well, Possum put 03 in both his. He sent me a picture. He posted a picture with his 03. He put it in his rocket. He put an 03 in that one, and he put an 03 in his baby croc. Instant gratification. It'd be interesting, Possum. Put the weights of those two. I'd like to see how much they weighed.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did, Sunrise.
Possum, weigh your two quads really quick if you have them handy, and put the weights up. The 4-inch baby croc and the 3-inch. I think he put the same props that I put on my two. It was a 2-inch. I think it's 2.5-inch now. The rocket. Be interesting to see, because I don't remember how much that weighed. No, it didn't weigh that much. but it's probably heavier than you think. That's without a
Yeah.
battery, because we can figure out the battery part.
I'm going to give y'all a reminder. Hit the thumbs up down there at the bottom, please.
I'm sending Brent. I'm giving Brent
And here
homework.
comes Sean ID Studios. Sean, a
There he
belated
is.
happy birthday.
Is it Sean's birthday?
It was a couple days ago.
Oh, he did a
Matter
birthday
of fact, I think it was even before our last live stream, but he wasn't at that stream, I think.
Oh.
Well, I forgot.
No, it was his birthday.
But
I wouldn't.
nonetheless, happy birthday. 48, youngster. To be 48 again. So
I'm watching the Integra video for you. So when you get your Integras, I can tell you how it works. Oh my God. Why can't
son, if you spent that much time on your knees, you might be doing something wrong. Just saying.
Oh, Cadix, come on. Get things right, man. You got the Go Film 20.
Yeah, that nobody hasn't stopped.
Hey, we got this really great fun quad, but you can't get one.
Yeah.
Looks really cool.
I'm still trying to figure out when we'll get a Moonlight unit from, because they're nowhere to be had right now either. Okay, hold on.
Okay, here we go. Rocket.
144 grams was 2.3 props.
Yeah, 2.3. It wasn't 2.5. Yeah.
Well, it was 2, but you could squeeze 2.3 if you took the prop guards off.
Yeah. Hey, you can get those on. Those are nice. Those are the little Emax props, man. I love those.
And then it's 180 grams for the Croc Baby 4-inch.
I mean, those things are nice.
Now, the
Light.
Croc Baby 4-inch is a 4S, so now we need to find a battery that's small enough
That's not
to
bad.
stay sub 250 for those that care about that. Let's see. Let's look at race day quads there.
Get an 850 out. Let's start there.
850 is too much. I know that already.
Dang.
We're looking, let's see, starts with 660 is 65 grams, and we were at what? 179. So we've got 71 grams. So a 660 would work.
$720. Got some 700s.
They got a 720.
I had like a 700. I had a couple of 700s.
Here's a 720 at 71 grams. Bingo.
That'll work.
You might have to delete a zip tie or something to keep it sub 250.
Yeah,
or
that's
only partially charge the battery so it's not too heavy.
Yeah, it's those are two oldies but goodies, man. Both those quads. And he's flying those with O3 systems, so he doesn't have to mess with anything. Using his goggles too. Or yeah. And his and his controller too. Thanks, DJI, for making it simple. Oh, Kai's right. 275 grams with 850, too much. 25 grams too heavy. with the Croc Baby. And you can't go lithium ion because you're way overweight. But you can zip around. With the rocket, you want to zip it around anyway. It's at them tiny little props.
Well, at least he gets to fly his Croc Baby. I know Kelly's baby Croc doesn't go any further than 20 feet.
Oh.
And drops out the sky. We know Kelly's a little hard on the equipment too. I'm going to end up putting a new transmitter in his boxer radio for the ELRS, I think. Which, I mean, they're cheap to have. It's like $35 part or something.
R.I.P. Cadix.
Well, Cadix just needs to get their act together. Between their QC and their customer service, they just need to get their act together. And both are issues that are easily fixed if you want to fix.
They got like 2 guys working there. That's the problem. So you just got to get the HD kit and put them on your goggles V2.
You trying to be funny or something? Because you're not.
$308. And then you get I see those still. People that are actually still flying, or many of them are using those.
Yeah, you need to come up with some sort of soft mount on that camera. A Bluebird or Blue Jay? What are you watching now? Boxing matches? Really?
I'm putting Ed Ricker on here. He's going to give you a Walk Snail Avatar FPV tech review. Ed Ricker, man, he used to be the man. Now he just kind of does what he wants. He's got a real job, I think. This was from back in 20. It's a year old.
Brand, you need to know that for Chris and Kelly, ELRS is an extra long reel string, aka a kite control system.
They're flying with it 2 years ago. It works.
No,
I actually remember when that video came out. But 2023. Now, if nobody would have messed with their VTX boards and everybody just dealt with a little bit of heating, would these goggles have had any problems at all if they'd have just let it be hot? Remember before they started throwing the heat sinks on and because nobody had, nobody's goggles were fried.
That's good to know.
Increased
That's a good bit of
speed of
information.
48K.
What the hell just happened?
Uh-oh. We're still here.
No, I'm just my light went out because I unplugged something. I mean, we
Oh, I
can't.
see. He had to flash the old ESCs on the Rocket and the Bluebird.
Blue Jay, not
Bluebird.
Bluebird, Blue Jay. It's the old Blue Jay.
But yeah.
I'm trying to find Kelly's newest. There we go. There we go. Kelly's Air 4 was ELRS. Extremely long reeled string.
A real power saving move there.
I mean, the freaking flight time on that thing is amazing. And guess what? You don't even need goggles for it.
Line of sight.
Yeah.
Line and sight. You got them both.
You got it both. Line and sight and quiet. Extremely quiet. Yeah, it's up to 50. Doesn't need a remote ID. Speaking of which, so if a kite, these huge kites, they got to weigh over 250 grams.
Exactly.
Do they have to have a freaking remote ID on them now?
That's got to be illegal. You can get a kite way the hell up there too.
What about all those kite surfers?
It's not fair. That's all I can
those
tell you.
kites don't look like they're sub 250.
There's nothing fair about flying anymore. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's what happens when the government gets involved. All the sense goes out the window. Yeah, I need to download this picture and upload it to. Here you go. We'll put a thumb on Callie's ELRS bird.
Strap a little battery on there.
Well, then we have to get a Go 3. Because the thumb doesn't have no battery, so then he'd have to carry another battery on top of that. Yes, shits and giggles. How much does the stupid little adapter weigh? If the thumb cannot be flown without the adapter, then 16 grams really isn't the final number for the weight. See? This thing adds 5.5 grams to the equation. So now we're at 21 and change.
Yeah, you got to put the camera on. Unless you got the O3 on, then you have to worry about all that shit.
Feel free to send me an O3 unit. I mean, I don't mind.
Just get a couple of them.
I can even make the O3 work with my V2 goggles. I mean, that's not an issue. So if anybody has the urge of wanting to send me an O3 unit, go right ahead.
Just got to collect them. You just got to have a little collection. Oh, that's a sore spot.
Actually, I am putting a DJI in it. I'm going to play around a bit. So this little 4.5 inch here, this Carnage, currently has a walk snail in it and uses a nano camera. And I just happen to have a couple nano cameras laying around. So I went ahead and when I ordered the Thumb Pro, I went ahead and ordered a Vista unit. And I'm going to probably make it a naked Vista unit and bolt it into this thing and see what that does. Anybody has a used Vista unit laying around that they're trying to sell, let me know. If I could find a used Vista somewhere, just the Vista. I don't need the camera. I just need the VTX itself. I'm going to strip it down to a naked and bolt that in there and see what that does. And Ben T is here. Damn, it's dinner time already. Have you got your taco call yet?
It is going to happen in any minute now.
It's about taco 30, ain't it?
Yep. Ben says he has a Vista with the camera you can have.
Yeah. I might have to take a trip to Austin here pretty soon. I need to take one up there anyway.
Oh,
I'm gonna meet up with all these guys up there, and I'm gonna let Chris Fly and Kelly watch. And Chris can fly, but I hold the radio. See, that's a Danner's thing. If you go flying with those guys, Kelly, you can't trust what's the quad, and Chris, you can't trust what's the radio. So we'll figure it out. But this weekend, I'm going to be almost in your neck of the woods.
Phoenix.
Yep. You still need to give me a phone number.
Yeah. I'll send you. I have to remind him. He said he would be, everything's good.
Because we're flying out Friday evening, right after work, off to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Go watch a ball game.
Baseball in Phoenix.
We'd be going to a game this week here in San Antonio, too, on the minor league, because the Corpus Christi Hooks are coming to San Antonio to play the Missions. So it's kind of local. And if anybody here is following soccer, and I'm not really a soccer nut either, but the team out of the capital of my home state of Schleswig-Holstein, Holstein-Kiel was the name of the club, didn't get promoted to first league in Germany. So that's a huge deal for them. And as long as I've been around, and I've been around for a long while. This is the first time they actually made it into the first league. See, over there, the teams have to earn their way into the league. It's not like here where everybody just pays their dues.
Or they earn their way into the lower league.
Well, yeah, get relegated, get busted, demoted.
Demoted to the Champions League.
Get demoted. Well, not Champions League, it's second league. In Germany, it's first league and second league. And actually, Hamburg had played in first league for the past 50-some years. They got relegated into second league about 3 years ago now, and they haven't made it back up in the first league yet. So, got your message. Thank you.
Yeah, just send them a message and remind them. I think the game's at 5 or something. It's an afternoon.
Yeah,
he just has to run. He just has to run down to the freaking corner.
Yeah, we're not too far from there anyway.
Hey, just a few blocks away.
Got.
Yeah, I believe that's a 5:30 game, I think.
Yeah, Ben, I'm definitely taking you up on that. Because I need a. Anywho, have we got anything else? I think I'm about running on empty here.
Yeah, it's kind of I think we're kind of done with there's enough action and just the walk snail caddis issue, but you've got working goggles. I mean, you just can't get yourself a moonlight freaking unit. I mean, that's the problem, is just getting
the moonlight unit is a supply issue.
The supply, yeah. It's just getting a product so you can freaking build drones. I mean, that's it's
Speaking
not
of
like
building, I did order a Cinewhoop frame, the Axis Flying 2-inch. And I went was the 2-inch, even though I prefer the 2.5-inch, but I went was a 2-inch to make sure that I stay under 250 with it, even with bolting that Thumb Pro on top of it. So
you guys are going to Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6:10 game. So yep, Saturday at 6:10. That's the itinerary in there. So that's the one. I just gotta remind Harrison it'll be fun. He likes to hang out with new people. He's been pretty busy going out of town, coming back and forth, and he's been a busy bee. He was in Charlotte, watched at some golf tournament, some banker convention, and he's been busy. I need to get out there before I'm gone here pretty soon. And then I'll be back, and then I go again. Summer, I'll be busy. I won't have any time off until the 20th or something of July. Holy crap, I'm going to be busy.
All right, fellas, it's time to call it the evening here. You're about to get your call anyhow. So,
all righty, man.
Do we have any more words of wisdom?
Nope.
No more words of wisdom. So, all fresh out.
Pray for walk snail. Hey, Ben. This is my son, Eric.
Hello to Eric. Finn says his son is watching. So hello, Eric. Thanks for stopping in.
Yes, thanks for joining us. Like I said, we're a little slow today. We're not as much on the ball, but we got through the stuff we needed to cover.
Son says don't fly alone.
And thanks again for the freaking awesome mugs. Woo! That's the most unique freaking cup ever.
And he went all out and got it printed on both sides.
Oh yeah.
Well, I might have to fix it. I might have to put a Lone Star sticker in the middle here.
It's a dual purpose. I think I've got some Lone Star stickers right here. Holy crap, I got a whole bunch of SD cards too, I just noticed.
Oh. All right. Well.
All righty, man.
Fellas, it's been fun. Oh, we got a new arrival, and unfortunately, we're on our way out the door.
Yeah, we are out the door.
Blark Corp. Howdy, feller. But you're showing up as we're leaving. So Eric. Eric is here. Everybody say hello to Eric. So.
Thanks for popping in, Eric. We greatly appreciate you.
Yep. Let's make him we'll add him to the moderators. So Eric, you've been smurfed. And Eat More Possum lets us know that Lone Star stickers are dishwasher safe. I didn't even know that. So, all right. If you haven't done so already, hit the thumbs up on the way out, please. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. And I'm sure I'll talk to you before long anyway. So
yeah. Thanks
for hanging out with me.
Yeah, thank you, man. Have a great weekend. Actually, week. We got a week. It's Tuesday. I'm freaking ready to finish.
Yeah, well, I was so motivated, thinking it was Friday, but then it was only Tuesday. So, man, guys, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.